going on with that?
Hey everyone, it's Happy New Year. Happy New Year from Francine and myself. It's the very first one, the very first podcast of 2024. I hope you all had a great time in the new year. I don't know what camera I'm looking at. They're still all over the place. Francine sitting there, she's all right. She's looking.
I don't know what camera. I don't even know I'm looking at a camera.
Showing. Anyway, let's get through these. You've got Big Buzz. And let's hello from Ohio, everyone. And that's from Valley S.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Valley. Hope you're 20 is Redbird. It's Redbird shit. That's me, like. Hello, Frank. Hope you're well. Says Charlie Wood. Valley S says Frank and Francine. I'm thrilled to see you, Francine. Yeah.
I'm thrilled to be alive for 2024, to be honest.
Look at this fella here. Big Bud 71. Happy New Year, Big Bud. See, Big Bud's there. He's just wished you a Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year, Big Bud. I like big butts and I don't know why. Yeah, there you go.
What was that on?
Oh, I don't know. It's a song.
It's a song. You're going to do a bit of rapping there. Redbird. Happy New Year, Frankie boy, and the lovely Francine.
Hello. I feel like I'm like miles away.
You know.
I know, but if I go, oh no, I'm all right. I thought that mic would be in my way.
No.
Well, even though it is.
Yeah. There's your face.
Good.
I'll be bringing them on in a minute. Happy New Year, Francine. It's gonna be great, says Valley.
Yeah, it is. The show or 2024?
Everything. Happy New Year, Frank and Francine. Hope it will be great year for us all. Reds. Come on.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I can't see.
Anne?
No,
it's Norman.
Oh, all right, Norman. Oh, wait, this is like moving. Let's get up the way.
I'll fix that. You
I can't read.
Okay, well, I'll do. Leave it. I'm going to bring on. I'm going to bring on the vase of flowers. There he is.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to bring on Daryl. And I'm sure I've got.
I'll have to do this.
The great George. There he is. I've just seen him there. The great George. There he is.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah, right, George. All the best.
Hello. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year. I hope it's a good one. I think it will be.
From behind the mic. I don't know what's going on with me. I've got names and letters things in my face.
Don't worry.
Always.
That'll fix it, I think.
Happy New Year, Daryl and Lee.
Happy New Year, George.
Nice to see you both.
And you, George. Happy New Year, Lee.
Happy New Year, Daryl.
Where's the microphone gone?
It's in my face.
It's flying about like a...
I've got to see my dad at the back then.
It's fallen over.
It's fallen over.
Like it go.
Do you want me to do it?
No.
But we've had a good Christmas, haven't we? Christmas Day, we were 2 points behind.
Yeah. Now we're 3 points
and now
ahead.
we're 5 points in front. It's like the attack of the mic, isn't it?
It's been possessed by dark forces for the new year. Some sort of New Year curse.
So I can't.
Just leave it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, we can hear you okay.
As long as they can hear us.
Can you hear us?
Can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So we. I mean, This sounds a bit, I don't know what it sounds, but Arsenal was never a threat for me. It was always City. I mean, you know, they allegedly had this like blip. They've got a game in hand and they'll be 2 points behind if they win. The good thing is that the game behind is Brentford, but the game in hand will be played against Newcastle at St James's, and they haven't really got a good result. They don't get results there really. So, you know, that's one good thing. But I feel like I have to go above that live.
And Big Bud says, Brighton beat West Ham. And Valley says, that Francine won an award. Congratulations, Francine, on your comedy awards. Well done.
Yeah, well done.
Tell them what you've done.
It was just... It wasn't.
She came first.
I never come first.
But what was your award?
It was just an award for all us. It wasn't like nothing big. It was just a laugh for us all.
She's so modest.
No, well,
Life's not because it without a laugh. You've got to have a laugh, like.
Absolutely.
But, you know.
Laughter's the best medicine, Francine.
It is. Hence why I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thank you.
She's not half funny.
I am hilarious.
I know you are. That mic was a cracker, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That mic was a cracker.
I have to move off of it. Right. Because I'm the lights in my face.
Oh, no, I think Jason will take that away. We haven't said hello to JK Kismet. JK.
Hello there, bro. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year, JK.
Good to hear everyone. Hello, Francine. Nice to see you.
Hi. Well, I can't see you. Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just a voice in the ether?
Yeah.
Days guys.
He's the voice from heaven.
There you go. I couldn't have said it better.
Well, listen.
Can everyone hear me tonight?
Yeah.
No.
No,
you're silent. There he is. Look.
I'm on the laptop.
You think that he's just come out of Belmarsh, wouldn't you? The way he's sitting there. Well, anyway, listen, lads. We'll talk about the game last night. And what did you think? I'll go straight to you, George. What did you think of the game last night? Yeah. And was you excited at the end?
Well, I was thinking, I've been watching Liverpool now for 63 years, and it's a tough watch sometimes with Liverpool. It has been in the past, nerve-wracking, especially towards the end of games. And in the first half, I thought, well, when are we going to score? Because we had so many chances and it wouldn't go in the net. But, as I say, it's quite painful at times. But when it works, it's beautiful. And it was beautiful yesterday. The football we played, I thought, was first class. Every player, I could go through them one by one, and they were brilliant. And they kept at it in the pouring rain, and they got by easily the right result. There could have been 7. And we showed Newcastle for what they are, middle of the table team at the moment.
Yeah, it's you were there last night, Francine. Tell them what the atmosphere and everything was like.
Oh, I was drenched. That's the first thing I've got to get off my chest. I was absolutely soaked. But the atmosphere was amazing. I was sitting in the new Anfield Road in padded seats, which was great. And obviously we lost the toss, so we were striking towards the Kop end. And I just have to say, for one, everyone hated the referee, especially in the first half. And 2, I know Diaz scored and it was offside. I know Nunes done an assist, but them 2 lads could still be playing now and wouldn't score. And I in the second half, I was like, it was 59 minutes, and I shouted to Klopp, not that he heard me, I think you need to bring on Jota now. We need to change this because this isn't happening. It was I think it was 1-1 at that time. And
Yeah.
I just couldn't, for all that Nunes does, and I know he puts in a shift, but he can't score 1-on-1. He just can't do it. I don't know what it is. And I know Dubravka, he has a really good game as well, but no, but the atmosphere was great. The jerseys were awful. They were throwing stuff into the main road. They had like little kids, because they're synonymous, aren't they, for having the tops off in like the rain and the cold. Well, the kids had it. The kids had the tops off. They were about 9 years of age, and it was absolutely floating down, blowing a gale. I had to take a photo because it was unbelievable. And give them the due. They were singing and all this, and where I was sitting, there's a lot of foreign, fans there. And on the 81st minute, I was alone by about 3 stands. How mad's that? I've never experienced. It was either I stunk, but around me was empty seats, and it was the 81st minute. It was shocking. Yeah, that was the new Anfield Road end. Okay. But apart from that, sorry, it was all doom and gloom then. We were great. And I mean, when Jota come on and McAllister, that ball, and Salah.
Fantastic.
Salah changed his boots and totally changed the whole outlook. And, when he's on form, and, that shot by, the shot by Trent, the ball to Gakpo with the side of his foot from Salah, the ball from McAllister, the ball, I'm not really a big fan of Curtis Jones, but I have to eat my words for the past couple of games.
He was brilliant. He was brilliant, Curtis Jones. Absolutely brilliant.
Amazing. Endo, I mean, he's the littlest player on the pitch, and he just gets up and heads the ball. No wonder he wears them out, God.
Yeah. They all laughed at Endo, Francine, when he first came. They all said he wasn't going to make it. And I'll tell you what, he's been one of our most consistent players in the last 6 weeks. He's brilliant. He never wastes a pass, and he gets stuck in. And I love that, And I think we'll miss him.
Well, do you know what? Right, so this is obviously it was the last game for Salah and Endo yesterday. And it's like, Salah, all these records he's breaking, and his form at present. And then it's like Endo has just come into his own now in Liverpool. Like, he's stamped. But before Endo came and got, when McAllister and Szoboszlai were playing together, they built up a really good relationship within the first bit. And everyone was ripping McAllister, but we saw when he got injured just what he does for the team. And then yesterday proved it, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I feel with Jota back now, who's our most consistent striker, by the way, especially in front of goal, he can have one shot and he'll score. I have big hope. I know that we'll miss them, but I don't think we'll miss them as much as we think we'll miss them, because I see Jota scoring loads. I mean, I think Newcastle, Arsenal, Man United, all these games that we drew and needed that little goal, they're the players that'll come in and just think.
And he'll be playing. He'll be playing now, won't he? Because when Salah goes, Jota will be playing along with Nunes and Diaz up front.
Yeah, but you've got Cody Gakpo. No, I don't rate Cody Gakpo. Right, or Gap, whatever his name is. Right, I don't rate him at all. But he scores goals.
I only said to her, you went to match last night.
Sorry, I haven't let anyone. Well, I just want to give you. Sorry.
The 90 minutes thing about it.
No, because at the beginning, right, we were trying to play all these dummies. I don't know whether you've noticed this or on. There was a bit where I think it was Canate, and he ducked, thinking Salah was running behind him, and they were trying to do all these like little dummy moves, and because the team's changed that much, they haven't got that intuition that like Mane, Salah, and Firmino had. They haven't got that yet, so they were getting broke down, and then Newcastle had come away, but they didn't get very far. And then once we just thought, no, forget this, let's just go at them and play football, which is what I shouted at them. And then that was the rest of history.
All the lads have lost their voices.
Sorry. I just wanted to tell you. You can say I'm talking rubbish. I don't care.
You know what? I'm looking at Darryl there. Now just hang on a minute, Darryl. He's the image of John May.
Sorry, sorry, Frank. I thought I was on the Francine Carlyle show.
Sorry, no, but I just wanted to look of when at the ground.
Yeah, it's great to see you, Francine.
Yeah,
it's great to. I have to put my glasses on to see anyone really.
Yeah,
you can't miss my big face.
I can't see without them. I got to put my glasses on. Can't read the writing.
Lee, where's your glasses? I'm the only one who ain't got any.
I know. I've got my contact lenses in, but I think I've put the wrong ones in. I think I've got the left one in the right, one in the left. No, honestly, God's right. They come and it's got L and R, and she's crossed off the L and the R on each one. I got them the other day, and I think she's done it wrong, and I've got them in wrong because I can hardly see them in the comments, and I can't see them that well. I can see them, but they're blurry, and they're not usually that bad.
Can you see us all right, Lee?
Oh, yeah. I can see adequately, but it's a bit blurry. I can't be bothered with all the tomfoolery of taking them out and putting them in again. You know what I mean?
Can you see JK?
It might not.
JK, he's still there.
It might not be that. My eyes might be bad.
Have I just literally? Sorry, have I just bored people to death?
Yeah.
No.
No, you're right.
You haven't been on the show for a long time.
I'm going to go through. There's poor JK there. Look, see him at the bottom. See, we can see him. You see, Lee.
Can he see us?
Yeah.
Why can't we see him? Is he like an enigma?
Yeah, he's shy.
No. Where is he then?
He's invisible.
Yeah, there he is. There, look. Can you see? Yeah.
There he is. He's the little liver bird in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm going to go through these comments, lads, because it's all. Norman says, "Hey Frank, I had bad news from the doctor today. He confirmed my wife is fitting well." That's shocking, that. That's shocking. Valley says, "Hello, JK, and Happy New Year."
Happy New Year, Valley.
Happy New Year.
And Arthur Schofield says, "Hi Francine, so nice to see you, love. You're a credit to your dad."
There you go.
Yeah. I don't like wearing that. We're like the two Ronnies, aren't we, with our glasses?
And it's goodbye from him.
Do that?
That's Eric Morecambe.
Yeah. Ronnie Whelan and Ronnie Moran. Yeah.
No, you don't.
I'm just shocked.
I've got tinnitus with it. That's how we hear. Anyway, Redbeard says, have a blessed 2024, JK, bro. And
Thanks, bro. Happy New Year, bro.
And there's a friend of ours. Tell everyone what you did with Mark Doyle.
Oh, Mark's great. He organised us to go up Ben Nevis in 2021, I think. It was in between lockdown, wasn't it? All for mental health and things. And he does it all the time. He's done the Great Walk that was in Glencoe, I think. He's amazing, and he's organising another one this year as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, hello, Mark. He's probably switched off.
He's a cracking lad, honestly, because he
Goes
does
to games. He's a good red.
and
And he lives up in Scotland.
And he lives in Scotland. Comes out. He's a Scouser, like, you know. He's not a jock, you know.
See, but he agrees with me, doesn't he? The Reds are splendid, but Saints are still on Nunes.
Yeah. We'll be talking about Nunes. Just let me go through some of these, please. And I want to go on to where are we going on to? Hang on a sec. I want to talk about. I'll be going on this lad's podcast this week, Jamie Phillips. I'll be doing this podcast with him about the Arsenal game coming up. I don't know what day though. I haven't a clue. I don't know whether it's Thursday or no, it won't be Thursday. It'll be Friday, I think, because I have my own show. So it'll be Friday. We're talking pre-match.
Yeah, because it's the 7th, isn't it? We're playing the 7th.
Yeah. So, you know, I'll be talking to Jamie. Great lad. Great pod he's got.
Frank, I just heard today, I don't know whether you know or not, you probably do, but Jamie's daughter's gone into hospital for an emergency operation.
Yeah.
Who
Penny.
saw that?
Jamie.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Penny.
So may not be doing any YouTube podcast until she's better.
Oh, no.
Or it might be good to get in touch with him. I got in touch with him today.
I can't get in touch with him for some reason. He has to get in touch with me.
And it's her second one now.
Oh, that's shocking, that, because she was improving, wasn't she, from her last operation? Oh.
Well, we wish him all the best.
Yeah, of course, yeah. She's only 4 years of age. 4 years of age. I don't wish that on anybody.
No, we don't.
Richard Hutchinson says, hi everyone, how are you all? Happy New Year 2024. You never walk alone. Kind regards and many thanks. That's from Richard Hutchinson. That's lovely, that. And Herbert Lom's brother says, good to see Darryl got a higher table for Christmas.
Actually, I'm laying on my chest.
How are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you feeling better? You feeling better, Dan? You feeling better?
Yeah, feeling good. Yeah, feeling good. Cheers, George. Better, definitely.
Yeah.
I went you well over the Christmas.
COVID.
Anthony Brown. Even in Francine and boys, all the best for a great night and a brilliant year ahead. And there's loads of scotches for us. You'll be made up at that, George.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Anthony.
He's a smasher. He's one of my best ever friends, you know, and he had me in his... this is the international artist who picked 100 people, including the Beatles, you know, these wonderful people, to have 100 heads thinking as one. Liverpool heads thinking as one. And he chose me for one of them, yeah, for some reason. So I was very proud of that. That's happening. Anyway, listen, I'm going to ask you a question here, right? Every one of you. And I'll go straight to there, JK. All right, JK.
Okay.
Last night's game, we smashed them. No matter how you look at it, we smashed them. So do you think there is still a little deficiency in our defence?
I would say it was just the one mistake Virgil did yesterday. It cost us a goal, the first one. Other than that, Konate gets better. He don't start well, Konate. He gets better with the longer the game goes on. I've noticed that about him. And in that time where he starts not so good, we let goals in. So he needs to start like straight away when the whistle blows. He needs to concentrate like he does in the second half, for example. You know what I mean? But other than that, I'm just happy we got 3 points. It was a bit of a crazy game, but with the amount of shots we've had, it was like highest XG rating ever since Opta started the stats. So we're attacking. Everything's going pretty well. I think we could have won 10-2 maybe. But all in all, we got the 3 points, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, I'll go to the VARs. I'll go to Lee. Same question. Do you think there's a little deficiency or what in the or is it too like? Am I just nitpicking at things?
Yeah, I think we're all being a bit picky. I'm picky. We're all picky, aren't we, as fans? There's bits you look at and go, "Ooh, that could be better." But we're doing well, aren't we? You know what I mean? We're doing well. And Gary Neville and Alan Shearer's sour grapes was music to my ears. Wine was music to my ears. Tough. Geez, it was a pen. He made contact. He went over. End of. Bar looked at it. He give it. End of.
It's as simple as that. It's just the way you put it. And it was, because I was saying to Francie, no matter what, if they make a contact, and I think Jota, he just went over, didn't he? He died.
I've seen that loads of times, Frank, over the years. Yeah. Sometimes they go over a bit quicker, yes. I've seen that so many times over the. Haven't you, George? When you played?
Yeah.
When you played, haven't you seen that a lot of times?
A lot of times, yeah. Why would you dive if you've got an open goal to put the ball in?
Yeah, it was as if it had never been seen before, like in that the way people were reacting online. Newcastle fans, I had a right laugh last night having verbal jousts with some of them, like, because they had a right cob on, calling us smelly bin dippers. That's about how creative they were. But I thought I'd have a laugh. That's
that question when they all. Darryl, what's your take on about the question about the deficiencies? What I mean,
exactly the same. Really, just maybe a couple of little nitpicky bits. Maybe there was a lot of space for them on the right hand side last night when they were on the counter attack. I noticed last night, but other than that, really, Virgil stepped up. Too slow for the first goal, didn't he? For one of their goals. But other than that, fine.
Okay.
Oh, and VAR went in our favour last night, which makes a change.
Okay, yeah. Well, to be honest, like they were a different crew on last night than previous games. Using the VAR. Same to you, George. The same question.
It was interesting listening to Lee, what you said about the other people criticising us, other fans or Shearer or Neville. When I used to play, if I was getting abuse on the pitch, I used to be really made up because it meant I was playing well. You only get abuse from opposition fans when you're playing well. So, I mean, I take that as a compliment to Liverpool. As far as Frank's question with the defence, two things. One thing, I think the corner, we lost a goal from a corner, which Klopp wouldn't be happy with, a direct header into the net. But apart from that, we've got the best defensive record in the Premier League. We've lost less goals than any other team, so we can't be too picky.
No. I don't think Newcastle were ever really in the game, were they? We battered them. We literally battered them.
Totally one-sided. Yeah.
I think it was like, well, it felt like they just had two shots and scored, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which was more clinical than us. We have to have like 34 shots and maybe score. And so my dad was talking about the defence. What I noticed and what I've noticed when we were playing against United and when we were playing against, well, the two United, Man U and Newcastle, was when Trent comes out, there's the gap, and then Enzo has to cover him then. And I saw for that goal, Van Dijk was in two minds whether to, because the gap came, Anthony Gordon passed it to Isaac, or whatever his name is, and then I seen him, he was like in two minds whether to go over and cut in, and then he thought no, and then he ran with him, and he lost the pace then. That was a bang goal. And that's my only worry. But then we've got no other, because sometimes he'll put Trent in the midfield and put Joe Gomez there. But obviously we've got no left-sided players now, so Gomez. And I mean, you know, hats off to Gomez. He is being phenomenal.
Brilliant.
So he can play. How versatile is he? I mean, I remember him years ago, and he was calling that he was going to be the next England central defender, and then he got that injury, didn't he?
Yeah.
His Achilles, and then that was it. And now the versatility in him is just amazing.
I hope he doesn't get another call up, Francine.
No.
Well, Tottenham won him, don't they? Tottenham won.
Yeah, 60 million.
Yeah.
I can't see him going anywhere. He won't go anywhere this season.
No, he's the most, I said to Francine today, he's the most versatile player in Liverpool. At Liverpool at the moment, he can play anywhere, as Francine just said.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Arsenal wanting Curtis Jones next summer?
That was my next thing.
They can all do one. They can all do one. They ain't got to get it.
See, that question.
Not
Do you
this
know
year,
what,
anyway.
though? I'll tell you what, though, about, say, 6 games ago, I'd have said, yeah, go you can have Curtis Jones.
No,
But you know what?
I've always
He's one of the first names on that team sheet now.
He's a fantastic footballer. He's only young, Francine, as well.
I know, but you know, the sad thing is, he scored, right? And then, do you know when Trent dummied that, what's his name? Anthony
Gordon.
Yeah, Everton.
Gordon.
You know where he dummied him?
Gordon.
He went like ding, 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 and then Gordon fell over. And then everyone was singing Trent's song, you know, Scouser in our team. And I was sitting there thinking, but Curtis Jones has just scored and is playing out of the skin.
Yeah, I know that, but the last game, they were singing 2 Scousers in our team.
Well, it wasn't. It was only one.
I know, last night. Yeah.
All right. So Gareth Williams, hi Gareth, hope you had a good New Year and Christmas. Hi everyone, hope you're all okay. Does anyone think we will go strong team versus Arsenal at the weekend?
Yeah, I do.
I think the main ones that we'd be going for this year is the Europa League and the Premiership. The League Cup, we're in the semi-final, so we're only a game away from the final. So the FA Cup probably, you know, be good to get there and to win it, but it wouldn't break my heart if we didn't, if we won the other 3, because Arsenal then would be involved in more games. So I hope we win. We put a decent team out, Francine. But, you know, I think the priority, anyway, for me, is the Premiership and the Europa League.
Okay. What about you, Lee?
I agree. This time last week, I was typing, I want us to play kids. I was thinking Bradley, Gomez, Kwanzaa, it'd be back now at left back, McConnell, Jones, Elliott. I'd go Gordon, Gakpo, and who was the other one? Someone else. Do you know what I mean? But now I've changed my mind and I thought play a stronger team, knock Arsenal out the FA Cup and retain our winning rhythm. You know what I mean? Try and maintain this winning rhythm at Arsenal and see where it takes us. But the only thing is the Fulham game's 3 days after, mate. You know what I mean?
I'm going.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
I was able to see us beat Fulham 10-0 when I was 13. It was dead funny. That was the League Cup, 1986. I was 13. We were singing, keeper, keeper, give us a save. Keeper, give us a save. Wasn't that?
I'm just a little bit worried about fitting through the turnstiles. I'm a bit nervous on it.
That was one of
get under them.
memories. That
I told you I got stuck. I got stuck last time.
Well, even though we've got this international break, we've still got games every 3 to 4 days. Madness, that isn't it? You know, either side of the break. It's crazy stuff. So do I say what I think?
Yeah.
You've got a big enough squad to handle it, though, I think.
To be honest, we don't really do well after breaks, do we? So I think he will go out full throttle, to be honest.
Yeah, I do.
I don't see Klopp dropping the kids. He may do it at Fulham because it's a 2-legged affair, but I don't see, not against Arsenal. I think he's going to play. It'll be Diaz, Jota, and Nunes, and all the rest.
Yeah, he probably will. Yeah.
I don't know. He may. Would he put Keller in? No. He'll put Alisson in.
What about you, Darryl? Who do you think?
I think he'll go strong because I don't think he'll want to be embarrassed by Arsenal if they come out, play the young kids. We take a hammer in. I don't think that will go very well for our confidence. I definitely think we should play like Harvey Elliott should be included in there, and maybe you might see Dom Szoboszlai on the right hand side because I thought he was very weak again last night.
Got an injury,
but. Yeah, he's got an injury. I know he's a bit injured, but he needs to be playing on the right hand side now, Mo, and there if he's fit, obviously.
Well, we'll be talking about who to put into Mo's place when he goes to the AFCON in a moment or two. So
in a
Mo, yeah, for Mo. I'll go over to JK. What do you think about a strong team, JK?
Yeah, I'm going with a strong team against Arsenal. I don't want them to have any advantage over us in any way. So if we go there and beat them, and then we've got them in the league a few weeks later, it will be a good vibe to go into that game with, you know.
I think you're so right there, because I think we have to play a strong team, in my opinion. But the point is, I don't want to be beaten. If we were playing Luton or someone, I wouldn't be bothered, because to me, it's what George said before, because we have to concentrate on the league. We really do. Yeah. We have to concentrate on the Europa League, and we have to concentrate on this game coming up with Fulham in the semi-finals. And they're the three that we should concentrate on. But I think the likes of the FA Cup is a bit of a bonus if we do go through against us.
Yeah,
that's what I think. But we should concentrate on that. And that, even Darryl was saying about who to bring in. We've got Quansah there.
Yeah.
We have got a strong depth, injury-free depth. I mean, so we have got a strong depth.
Thiago's back in Feb.
Yeah.
So what we've got to think, Thiago's back, Andy Robertson's coming back, isn't he? Oh God, I can't say anyone's name. Bakacic. Even in. Bakacic. There's no date for him, is there?
No.
And then we brought Cavello back, haven't we?
Yeah. Maybe Bakacic has finished growing now, maybe.
Well, what do you think of this, boys? And it's what Richard Hutchinson says. Liverpool need an Asio, left back, centre back, Frimpong, right back, Polina, Polina, CDM, and Bowen, right wing. Getting the right players will win us the Premier League, FA Cup, EFL Cup, and the Europa League.
I'd love Jared Bowen. If I was going for anyone next season, it'd be him.
What about Tony?
I'd get him now. He's coming off his ban, Tony. I'd get him now as a forward because, and I love Nunes, and I think he's a lovely lad. Not that I know him personally, but he looks like a laugh and all that, but he just isn't my striker. I've experienced great strikers in my time. God, Robbie Fowler, I was only talking about them. Even Michael Owen, Torres, Suarez, even Stan Collymore. I mean, Stan Collymore's ratio to game was phenomenal. 44 goals they'd scored. He scored 16 goals and 9 as a sub. That's the pairing with him and Fowler that season, amazing.
Fowler's my hero.
They won't let him go. West Ham won't let him go this season. They're pushing for top 6, and they're pushing, so they won't let him go until if we do let him go, it'll be next year, summer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Next year. Sorry, I was on about that. Yeah. Next year He'd be
Yeah.
my team.
It'll be the centre half that'll come. It'll be Inacio for me. I think definitely.
What about you, JK?
Yeah, Bowen is going to cost about 80 million, but all the guys Richard mentioned, perfect. Frimpong for me is good. He's a good right back, but he'll be hard to get now in January. Paulinho is the only guy out of that list that we could get in January.
Inacio.
The only
yeah,
good
maybe
thing,
him as
the only
well,
good thing, the only good thing that Neville said at the weekend. I listened to him. He said Liverpool do their transfer business. He almost said sneakily. What he meant,
Yeah.
under the radar. And he said, I wouldn't be surprised if Klopp brings somebody in that nobody's looking at because you don't advertise it. Same what happened with Casado and Lavia.
Well, staying with you, George, do you think that we need to bring someone in?
I'd like to see Paulinho come in. I think he's a good player in Fulham.
I
He
think
played a
he's
fantastic
brilliant.
game against Arsenal the weekend.
I think he's great against us. Absolutely brilliant.
He's young and he's fast and he's hard and he's perfect for us.
What about you, Lee? Do you think that we should bring someone in?
As replacement for Salah.
No, I think
In the January window.
Oh yeah. I want a left centre back who can also play left back adequately. Inacio sounds good. Hincapi sounds good. There's others. There's that Arthur Thies, the Belgian who plays for Rennes in France. There's a few.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much we'd be able to spend if we spend anything, which I've got a nasty feeling we won't. I'm starting to feel that we won't spend any money this January. Not that we don't, because it's been proven in the past we do spend money in January. I've just got a feeling that we won't this time, and we might have to wait.
Well, I'll go to Darryl in a minute, and then to JK, and even to our Francine. I'd like what George mentions. Out of all those that Richard mentioned, I'd go for Paulinho. I really would. If we got him, I think it'll be a big statement for us. I really do.
Well, Man City wanted him last season, didn't they? And they never got him. Fulham kept him.
Yeah.
And
Bayern Munich,
and they were saying that how lucky Fulham are to have kept him for this season because he's been outstanding for last season and this season. And I think Jimenez has been a good deal for them because he's on fire, isn't he?
Yes.
So what about you, Darryl?
Sorry, go on.
Sorry.
I'll definitely want to see Inacio. I think we'll definitely sign a centre back in the January window. For me, it's got to be him because I think Hincapi is involved in a league title race for Bayern Munich, and he's there in the Europa League. I just can't see Alonso selling one of their top players in January. But the Inacio one strikes more sense for me. Maybe we should go in for Paulinho. I'm not sure now, but I think Arsenal's starting to sniff around, monitoring his situation at the moment as well, because they're about getting rid of Partey in January. So I think, but no, centre half definitely, centre back will come. I think.
See, I think with Paulinho there, I think the top of the league, the top of the league was
We're a bigger club than Arsenal.
Sorry.
We're a bigger club than Arsenal.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say.
We don't spend the club money though, do we, as Arsenal?
Yeah, it's not all about money though, Francine, is it? Look at Newcastle with Saudi. We don't need to spend fortunes. You need a good manager and good tactics with good players.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. I don't mean that we have to be united and just buy all these players. But I think, this is on a personal, I think Klopp has wanted players that FSG have not said yet to. And I don't think he goes for the arm and a leg. He goes with players with depth, with soul. Everyone that you see when you hear about the stories behind everything, they're always they've always had this hardship and forced adversity, haven't they? You look at Mane, and then there was light. You look at Mane and Salah, even Nunes, they've all got this modelistic and adverse backgrounds, and he's into that, isn't he? He's into what spirit and you are, and that's, you know.
Well,
I think that's why Thiago's coming back for. They're not looking at a DM. I think that's what's happening.
But
Yeah,
would you?
if they get a centre half coming in, what about Kwanzaa? How's that going to feel for him?
Yeah,
Because he's coming through. I rate him very highly. I don't know. I mean, if you bring another centre half in, you then got Kanate, Virgil, Kwanzaa, and another guy.
What if we get another injury, George?
Yeah, that's what I worry about. If we get one more injury at centre back, it could undo us. If Virgil or Kanate, touch wood.
Yeah, there's that. There's that.
You know what I mean? One more, and as good as Jarell is, I don't think he'd be blocked by if we replaced Matip now, because Matip's he's going to be 33 soon, is he?
Yeah.
And he's got this ACL. I mean, surely we've got to replace him, haven't we? He'll come back, probably, but he's a bit old and he's had an ACL now. He's always been injury prone. Shouldn't we replace him now? And I don't think it'll block Jarell's progress myself.
Yeah, but as a young
with Kanate, George, he's injury prone and he only manages about 25 to 30 games a season.
Yeah. No, you're right.
So we've got to get with him.
You're both right. I just wonder about young players being blocked who's just blossoming. Bring another one in, or further down the queue, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask George then. I'm going straight to you, JK. After this, then you, Darryl, and then Lee and Francine. In fact, I'll ask Francine first. What kinds of centre back would you want? Would you a left sided?
Exactly.
And who would you like? Would you like that Inacio? Would you like it?
I think with Inacio why he said him is because obviously he's more. We could readily get him, but can I just say something? I don't think we're gonna go for anything like that. Okay. I think we're gonna I think this is going to be the only window in January that we don't go for anyone at all, and I think it'll be a shock. I think we're edging all our bets for next season. I think FSG or Klopp has a plan of this the second team. I don't think we'd get that far as to where we are now. So we're ahead of schedule sort of thing, and I think.
But don't you think, having said that we need to strengthen because of that? What you just said.
Yeah.
We didn't expect where to be.
But FSG don't think like that, though, do they, in them terms? No. They think of the fans are happy now. Our plans in place for next season, and that is. But then again, I hope I'm wrong because I'm usually. Oh, sorry. I keep thinking that. But then again, I could be wrong, and I like it when I'm wrong.
I'm gonna go straight to George.
I thought we were getting that Andre in January.
I'm going to go straight to George on this. Francine said that Thiago is fit next month, February. Would you risk him playing DM? Don't forget, he's been out since last February. It'll be a year.
Yeah, he's been out a long time, hasn't he? It's an awful long time. I was saying to my son the other day, I can't remember a player being out, certainly when I played for 9 months, without being finished. I mean, it's an awful long time. But Klopp seems to think there's a problem with his hip, and he could be fit and he could be training, but it could break down, and they're worried about breaking down again. So it'd be a bit of a risk, I think, to play. He's a brilliant player. I've always thought he'd been a brilliant player, but he's just so injury prone. It's be a risk, I think. Be nice if he could, because he's a great player.
He's like, well,
it'd be nice if he could get back playing again, but you need a few games. You can't just jump into the Premier League after 9 months and start to play at that level.
It's so fast because I've always said with Gravenberg this season, he's still trying to catch up because he had no season at all last year. He played 3 games or something stupid like that. And then, he had no pre-season whatsoever. And he's still trying to catch up. And this is where what Francine said before. The plan was for next year. We hope that we get in the Champions League by finishing in the top 4.
No, I think it was winning the Super Cup as well.
No,
European.
let's just stay out.
The UEFA Cup.
You like Vars? He does the same. He won't let me finish.
Okay. You mentioned my name. I thought it was a question.
No, it was just saying that, what we do need, and I'm not being funny here. People say, no, we've got Enzo. I think we still need a DM, in my honest opinion. I really do. I don't know what any of you think of that.
Yeah, I agree, Frank. I've said about Polino, that would be my choice.
So
I think we definitely need more in, because we're in four cup competitions, and we're proud to get some more interest before the end of the season. I think we need to bring in a DM and a centre back. That's a must for me.
Yeah.
What about a right winger for? I'll go to JK here. What about a right winger for Mo? Because young Jokes, he was our best option for the right wing, but unfortunately he's got a bad injury. And then people are saying, we put Elliott on the right wing. He's not a right winger, and he hasn't got the pace either as young Elliott. So, what's your take on that, JK? Do you think we should go after a winger?
No, I was thinking, like, if we sign Paulinho, I can't see the owners spending big money on a 28-year-old, but he will give us 3 years solid. And if we get Paulinho in, then I think the title could be wrapped up. And also, I feel Diaz could play right wing.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Maybe could play. So I wouldn't really bother with the right wing situation. I think we've got enough quality players up top to fix that situation, But DM for me is probably the most important position this January. If we can get a decent DM in, then we'll be okay, I think.
Well, Diaz is a right-footed, isn't he?
Yeah, play him on the right.
Yeah, so I think he was a right winger, and obviously Klopp likes to play in his position when he backs. So I'd have Diaz and see how Diaz does so much. I mean, picking up them balls in the midfield and running at defences, and then it all goes awry then. You can see that with Nunes, when he misses, you see that his initial thing then will be he looks to the side to see who's coming. It could be like Sal. I don't want to come with 3 thanks. It could be Salah or whatever, and he draw the pass then, and sometimes it's too short or the wrong thing, and you're like, why didn't he shoot? And then he shoots. And then you're like,
Diaz played well. He played well on Saturday, didn't he, Diaz? It's nice to see him back. Something approaching his good form. And remember when we beat Barcelona 4-0, Salah wasn't playing that day. So we can survive.
Firmino as well. Firmino, he wasn't playing. See, I said, I think it was me, and I forget who it was, whether it was Lee and Zaro and JK. I'd like to see Diaz on the right. Give him a chance. He was phenomenal last night, by the way.
Yeah.
And I think he hit form at the right time as well. He was absolutely cooking, as they say. He was brilliant, which is a good thing for us, And if he is, put him on the right. When Mo goes, put him on the right. Just try and see what he's like.
He's right footed, so he should be good.
Yeah.
I said early on when I went on my little spiel, people had this worry about when Mo goes and Enzo because of obviously the form, but they're all in form. Gomez, since he's took them positions, where he covered Trent when he got put into midfield, and then going into the left back position now. Yeah, I'd be devastated if I got dropped because he's on fire. He's brilliant. I mean, the past couple of games, he's had shots on top, So that's how much confidence we've got right now. We've got Jota back. Jota is our most clinical. Most clinical forward. He only needs one shot and that's it. You know, and I have no worries. You know, but as the lad said, obviously it's the centre backs, isn't it? If someone gets injured or whatever, and unfortunately for Liverpool, we get injured in training, we can get injured in warm ups, and you know it's not just a 2 week spell. It's usually lengthy spells, isn't it? That our injuries are, and I don't think we've still got a club doctor.
Yeah, yeah. It didn't sound like it, does it, with the injuries?
No, but we get all these injuries, but the good thing is we've got some players coming back anyway, and then we've got this 2 week break, haven't we?
Yeah. I'll tell you what gives me a lot of confidence, Francine. What gives me a lot of confidence is our home record. Our home record's unbelievable. We've hardly lost a game for about 2 years. And also, we've got to play Man City, we've got to play Chelsea, we've got to play Spurs, all at Anfield. You know, so I think, you know, a lot of the big teams have already dealt with. The big game will be Man City.
Of course.
In March. If we win that, I think we'll be there.
Villa away will be hard as well, I think.
Yes. We beat them 3-0, didn't we? Anfield?
We've got to go to Goodison and to Castle Grayskull as well, haven't we, in Manchester? So we haven't been everywhere yet, but we should win. We should win a Castle Grayskull, like. But I don't know about Goodison. That's a tough one. With
the last 2 games, they've scored 12 and they're none against.
But the form Everton have been in when they've come up against a half decent side, they haven't won, have they?
No. I was really hopeful, Francine. My dad's an Evertonian. I was really hopeful that Everton would get something, and I was really annoyed at that pen because I want Everton to stay up for me dad. It's tight on me dad to go down, you know what I mean?
Same with my son, Lee,
yeah.
Well, I wanted a draw out of it, so when I saw that Everton 1-0 up, we had our little comedy awards and they had the game on in the background. And I was like, oh my God, Everton are winning, because obviously you're distracted and you're talking. And then, honest to God, I went to buy myself a vodka, came back, and it was like, oh my God, 3-1. Because obviously, I was talking.
To give that pen
what happened there? And then I seen the pen, and sorry.
To give that a Goodison when they didn't give it at Anfield. Terrible wasn't it?
Yeah.
VAR has been unbelievable. I mean, the Arsenal one was like he was playing basketball.
Well, they've come out and said, probably again, another statement saying we're awful sorry about that.
Oh, well, it means nothing. I bet they're
sorry. Don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
But it's all half-hearted.
The horse is bolted.
Yeah. Unfortunately now, you can see an agenda, and if you go on like X or Twitter, whatever, people are putting up statistics about, the differences of what Man City are getting to what Liverpool, even United. Because I remember years ago under Alex Ferguson, United got everything. United always get like a last-minute penalty at Old Trafford if you were like beating them or whatever, and they'd always draw with you. They never ever. But the corruptness now, and then something's got to be put in place, because these referees are going over and getting paid loads of money.
Yes, exactly.
By the owners of a club. Something's got to be. There's got to be a law put in there. If it was cricket or any other sport, something would have been done by now.
Don't you think VAR now? It seems to me VAR seems to be trying to find ways to disallow goals.
Yeah,
especially ours. Everybody celebrates. I mean, look at that one at Burnley when Harvey Elliott scored and Mo Salah got pushed right in front of the goalkeeper by 2 hands. They never showed the push.
No, they never showed the push. They just showed him jumping there into
offside position.
As everyone said, he wouldn't have saved that anyway, whether Mo was there or not. It was that precision.
Yeah, it was. He wasn't going to save it, and it would have been a penalty. He pushed him in the back.
Well, I seen that Mark Halsey got. Was it Mark Halsey? Well, anyway, he got Yeah, he got interviews, and he said the law of the game is that if someone scores a great goal, it's letting it stick more than it is to disallow it. And then you think of like Diaz's goal, don't you, against Tottenham, and you're like, are you sure?
That was just
Because,
ridiculous.
he took that from nearly our own half and ran.
There was two at Burnley. There was two. There was one for Gakpo, wasn't there, where Darwin got I mean,
Yeah.
what was that?
Yeah, that weren't a foul. That was never a foul.
Yeah, that's right. You're right, Lee. Yeah, that was never a foul. They hardly touched him, yeah. And none of the Burnley players complained.
No.
No,
No,
well, it's one of them now. You score. I mean, you know when we scored yesterday? Well, obviously there was like the penalty decisions and the VAR, and then it was like and you just wait. You don't even celebrate. You like that. Is VAR going to come up?
I know.
And I said to the lad that was next to me, I went, it was Gakpo's goal, and I said, "Is that offside?" And he went,
yeah, that was marginal as well.
Because I was like, you just waiting for like it to come up, the decision, and you're like, oh, it's.
Did you hear Eddie Howe last night, Francine, as well?
No, but I've read.
He said both Liverpool penalties weren't penalties, but Newcastle should have got theirs.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Who said that?
Eddie Howe.
Eddie
Howe.
Oh,
well, he's biased, obviously. I mean,
he said. I think that's it. That's him trying to save his job, isn't it? By saying that he should have come away from Anfield with something.
He should have said we were lucky to escape without 6-0.
Exactly. we hammered them, first half we hammered them. You've only got to look at that statistic about the goals and that, it's the most ever recorded.
Yeah. 7.2. Yeah.
Even when we beat Man United 7-0, there wasn't that many. I think it was only over 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
So what kind of game was he looking at? Eddie Howe's Francis said he must be trying to save his job.
I think he'll stay.
I do think that's the one thing that could go against us this year. Lack of being clinical in front of goal. We are missing a lot of chances.
Yeah. Well, that's my next point. I'll stay with you, George. Nunes. Now, Nunes, no matter what he's, how the fans love him, Nunes, or doing all this. It's just that he's missing too many chances. Too many for my liking.
Yeah, he is. But I was listening to Klopp talking about it. I mean, Klopp was saying, he could have scored and he passed the ball nicely for Salah's goal. And he's doing a lot of good work and he's working and he's harrying. And he is. I mean, his energy is fantastic and his flair and all the rest. But you're right, Frank. We bought him to score goals. And he gets in the positions. Time and again, he gets in the positions. And either doesn't dink it over the keeper or he tries to hit it too hard or he hits it against the goalie, hits it against the post. I'm sure it'll come, If you go back to Suarez, when Suarez came, he didn't score that many goals in the first season. It was the second season he really blossomed, if I remember.
But this is his second season, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, he's not a Suarez, but I mean,
I know that. So when he plays for Uruguay, he plays on the left, doesn't he?
Yes.
We have him as a striker with us. Maybe they could dally around now that Salah's gone and put him to the left. I don't know. But I've always defended him, and my son can't stand him. And we were talking yesterday, and he said, "But Mum, we've bought someone to play as a striker, so it doesn't matter about your work rate if you're not scoring goals, then what's the point of you being a striker? Put you in the midfield or somewhere else, because it's pointless, isn't it? Because it's like we only what do we play with? One, we rely on Mo Salah that much.
Yeah.
And
what about goals in Newcastle though?
Then again,
Well, he scores world-class goals outside the box, but he can't go past a goalkeeper, chip a goalkeeper, one-on-one, open goal.
If he goes past the goalkeeper, he hits the post.
That's what I mean. You can have an open goal and you'll balloon it, hit the post, hit the bar. And it's like, but then he can score like he did against Burnley or like he did against Newcastle, you know.
Okay, I'll go to
I'll have to stop talking.
I'll have to go to JK here. What do you think about Nunes?
Yeah, I love Nunes. I think in the last 2 games, he's got a goal and an assist. So he's got plenty of assists this season, and you could see that he's been working on his team play. Hence why his shooting hasn't been like bang bang compared to like what it was say last season and stuff. But like Liverpool fans, we don't like Jones. I'm not a big fan of Jones, but yesterday how we played, I respect that. But I will never really moan about Jones, for example. I'm thinking when he puts that, he's going to put that red shirt on anyway because we can't sell him. So he's going to play for Liverpool, and I'd rather support him than moan about him 24/7. So the same goes with Darwin. I won't get to a point where I'm going to moan about the guy. He knows himself he needs to score goals, and I think it's a lot of fans moaning about Darwin Núñez, and I think us Liverpool fans should do it different to what Arsenal fans do and say United fans do, who just moan 24/7. And I think Liverpool are a bit different to other clubs. And seeing our fans moaning 24/7 about Darwin, it isn't really a good look for us, you know.
Well, the point is as well, you've got to take this into consideration. He gets into those positions where he can score. And how many players do that? How many players can do that? And he does get in. And if he started scoring, he'd be phenomenal. He really would. If he had the talent of scoring goals like Jota, he'd be a sensation. He really would. And not only that, but the fans love him. The fans and the energy he has got. And as we called him before, you know, Captain Chaos.
Yeah, I think Darwin's doing just enough like at the moment, and he is getting a bit better lately. I mean, that header that he missed, I don't know how he contrived to miss from there. It looked like, again, he tried to rip the net and make it look dead spectacular by right in the corner, and he missed by he didn't miss by much, and he made good connection. But I went off my own head when he missed that, like, you know, as you do. But how he contrived to miss from 5 yards out with his head, I don't know.
You look like Elvis there doing that move, Lee.
Well, thank you very much, friend.
Darryl, what do you think about our Darwin?
Do you know what, Frank? I think he's. I know he misses a lot, but I think his work rate's phenomenal. You could see when he got bought off last night how disheartened he was, and he was biting his nails, cheering from the bench. He's got a lot of heart, that boy, and I've got every faith that he's going to come good. And when he starts to flow goals, he won't stop because he scores a lot of goals for Uruguay from the left.
Yes.
He will come good. I've got every faith in him.
He was unlucky with that save, the keeper. Straight the keeper in the Anfield Road end. Should have scored, mine, but, you know, he was unlucky.
Yeah, he was.
That was unlucky, because he done everything right. And
he did.
I went straight at the goalkeeper, but, you know, the goalkeeper made a very good save. He made a very good save, the same keeper, from Mo Salah's penalty. So, and he had the best game of his career.
He was their best player.
Yeah. And it was incredible how he played. Because as you said, George, you know, it could have been 10 or 11. He was phenomenal, that goalkeeper last night. But anyway, I'm going to go on to another thing here. And it's, I was listening to a pod last night. Just bear me out on this. And this fella gets on my nerves. He really does. And I was listening to him. And he gave you know, scores out of 10.
Player rating.
Yeah, scores out of 10. and he was giving, these big, and he came to Mo. Now, this same fella a few weeks ago said that Mo Salah's all washed up. We need to sell him in January or something. Now, this is what he said, right? Last night, he said it came to him and he went, he's still not at his best.
No.
This is what he said. He's still not at his best, and that's why I'm going to give him 7.
What?
7. And he was giving other people 8, and he even gave McAllister 8. Coming off the bench. Now Mo, he was involved in every goal besides scoring himself.
Yeah.
Besides scoring himself. That ball he put through for Jota, for Jones's goal, was phenomenal.
When you look at them conditions, Frank, when you look at the conditions, driving rain, wind, and every time he got the ball, he ran at the fullback. And I thought the fullback was going to have nightmares. I bet he didn't sleep. I mean, fantastic.
It was amazing.
Dan Burn, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mo was amazing. From my angle, I was up high, corner of the Anfield Road. I could see everything.
Yeah.
And his movement, just his movement. And then you just see players going, there's Mo, and then Mo had just tons of space, and you think he's not going to get that ball, and then he does, and then he just, his control yesterday, and as you say, it was windy. I mean, in the first half, so Alisson was by us then. Alisson's kicks were awful; they were blowing out, and his control for a wet ball, wet grass. Do
you know what? His interview after the game was brilliant. I don't know if you've seen it. He's so humble, humble and friendly with the interviewers, and for what he's achieved in the game, it's phenomenal.
So I'm gonna ask the panel here, and I'll go straight to JK. Out of 10, what would you give Mo last night?
I'm giving him a 9.
I'll go to. I'll get up to Lee. What would you give him out of 10?
Give him a 9.
Darryl?
9.
George?
Yeah, I'd give him a 9 because he did miss one chance where he got inside and a bit of a weak shot.
And he missed a pen.
He missed a pen, yeah.
Do you know what? It was a game of 2 halves with Mo. A game of 2 pairs of boots and a game of 2 halves. I'd say in the first half, he missed a penalty and he had them orange boots on. I think he changed to blue.
Changed the half time.
Yeah, and I would give him like a 9.5, 10, because when he changed them boots, I don't know what got said at half time, but every player just went. As I said, in the first half, they were trying all these like dummy. From my angle, they were trying to like dummy the ball, flick it while a player was there, and no player was there, and they'd get it. The second half, it was just like, right, let's just go for goal, and it was just a flow. Like in the beginning of the first half, and the whole of the second half, Newcastle wasn't even in the game. It wasn't even in their half.
Well,
so at 9.5.
I'm going to go to the the people who's listening in. What score would you give Mo last night? What score? Let me know what you'd give them out of 10, please. I'll go to this. I'll go to the Brian here, Brian Headley. If you have a man at full speed and even push your finger into him, it will affect his balance, just like rugby players. Mo was shocking first half, nothing to do with the pen, but second half, oh my God, he was unreal. Now it's proven a point what I said about this lad last night. He must have it. I think he's trying to save face with himself, because he said it only a couple of weeks ago. He's all washed up. He needs to be sold. This is Mo Salah, our leading goal scorer, by the way. Our most assist player. Absolute. And I just went, I've had enough of you, fella. And I've got rid of him, to be honest. I got rid of him. And this is the type of people who have, podcasts, and they haven't a clue what they're talking about.
Fair well said.
By the way, Frank, who is this imbecile?
You will know.
Even True Geordie was going on a mad one yesterday, like the Newcastle podcast guys and the Man United ones. Wow, it's like you see the true colours of these guys. It's like only Liverpool.
Yeah. Only Liverpool all wigging out last night.
Yo,
I've just got to think, Frank. I've got to say, Frank. We got to make the most of this because we probably only got about another 5 months of Mo to see in Liverpool colours. Probably people saying go washed up is ridiculous. We're probably not going to have long left of Mo now, so we need to enjoy it while he's here.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people will say, the old generation will say, I was so lucky to see Dalglish in his prime. I would say I was lucky to see Roger Hunt in his prime. The guys now in the future from now will say, I was at Anfield when Mo Salah was in his prime.
Yeah, that's what we say, George. Yeah. That's what I say that about Roger Hunt and the Saint.
Yeah.
I watched them. I say that about the likes of Graham Souness.
Yeah.
It's incredible who we've seen over the years. And you're so right about, to be honest, people like myself, if I'm still going in a few years' time, I was lucky enough to see Mo Salah, Bobby Firmino, and Mane. They were phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
And Luis Suarez, he's got to be one of
Suarez.
He's got to be one of the best strikers to ever grace our...
Best player I've ever seen, man.
He was unplayable.
Fowler's mine. Fowler's mine.
Fowler was brilliant. I was talking about Fowler, and they said he was the most naturally gifted footballer, didn't he? He scored like the quickest Premiership goals, hat-trick. It was 2 hat-tricks against Arsenal, wasn't it? Could score with both feet, his head. Oh, it's just and Schmeichel at the time used to save like goals from his like shoelaces, didn't he, from his boots? Yeah. And Fowler would just dink him every time. And the one was Old Trafford remember when he dyed his hair blonde?
Yeah.
And he had the green and white like check.
Do you remember, Francine, that Schmeichel dyed his hair blonde and he had like a goatee or a Van Dyke when it's like that, and it was dyed blonde. Oh no, it was dyed white, and it looked like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining, where he fell asleep in the snow, and he's like, oh, that's what he looked like. He looked like he'd been locked in a freezer. Honest to God.
He didn't play like he was locked in a freezer.
I seen Robbie Fowler interviewed, and Robbie said I was a much better striker than Michael Owen. He was quicker than me, but he wasn't as good a striker, and he's probably right.
No, Michael Owen lost all my love when he went to Man United. That was it.
I think that applies to a lot of Liverpool fans. Sadly.
Yeah, a hell of a lot of And do you remember Francine told me she was watching a game or something, and I'm going back. A couple of years ago or whatever, and she said, was it you or Jared? And said, and there he is talking about Manchester United and the game, and he said, we should have scored there. Manchester United.
And now he's an ambassador for Liverpool.
It's all about Titi Kamara, Frank.
Oh, yeah. Titi was good. Titi was good.
Titi.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Anfield Rory says, hello, everyone. Happy New Year. And look at all those pints and scotches and everything else.
2 pints each.
No vodkas there.
No vodkas for that, Francine.
That's enough.
Yeah. I think it's great though. And Charlie Wood says Arsenal and City will buy someone in January, so we need to strengthen while we are doing well. Absolutely. Yeah, I go along with that. This is what we've been saying.
Well, when we play, our next game in the Prem is Bournemouth away, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we've got Chelsea at home then.
Remember the last time we played Bournemouth away, we just beat United 7-0 and they went and beat us.
Yeah, we lost.
Yeah.
We lost 1-0.
Billing.
Just put it down on Everton there, George.
I can't see them beating us this time.
No.
Well, Anfield Road says the team is fine, is in fine form at the minute. The thing I'm most proud of is we look at the best playing side in the league and we press like no one else. The year this team will be dominant again, and we will dominate the league. And that's just as Francine said before, which he was spot on. This was a plan by Klopp himself as well. Let's get into the top four, but we've surpassed everything.
Yeah.
And this is the problem now, because if we can go on, we need to strengthen now.
Yeah.
To make sure this is my take on everything now. The way Liverpool are, to bring someone in. This is why it's crucial that we do and not lose momentum.
Well, you've got to think De Bruyne will be back for City.
Yeah.
Rodri. And it is a bit of a conspiracy theory that I'll say. So, City are up for these 115 charges. Yeah. And the class is like they've won everything now, haven't they? When you won, the World Club Cup thing and everything. This blip that they had, could that be like a staged blip? Because they'll win the league again, and because everyone has got the foibles, apart from Liverpool. We can't break down a two-man defence. That's ours. But everyone, Arsenal have stuttered. Tottenham have fell to the wayside as well. United aren't who they are. You've got Villa coming up, but Villa can be hit and miss as well. And a full strength Man City would just leave others in the wake. Do you think this is all because of all these pressures of the FFP and the cheating and people not having respect for them? Do you think they've not played well in them games?
I think those charges are going to hang heavy on them. I mean, they don't just go away, do they? I mean, they're there in the background. But the lawyers are working hard to keep in the background for as long as they can. But I just think it's a natural thing. And they've just gone through a bit of a sticky spell. Okay. De Bruyne coming back, I think they're going to be right there. They're our biggest challengers, or hopefully we're their biggest challengers. I mean, they're not going to go anywhere. I think they're going to run. We have to go on a run as well because they're not going to drift away. I don't think so. They're a phenomenal team. They've proved that over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my next question. I'll stay with you, George, then Lee, Daryl, and JK. Are we, obviously, we're the front runners at the moment. Who do you think the next three serious challenges are, besides Manchester City, of course? George?
Well, I just think we've got to play Spurs at Anfield, and I think we'll beat them at Anfield. Arsenal, I think we should have beat Arsenal when they came up. Trent Alexander hit a shot 6 inches the wrong side of the post. And, that would have been curtains for and a penalty as well we should have had. So, I think we've been very unlucky. I still think City is going to be by far our biggest challengers. Aston Villa, I'm not sure they'll stay the pace. I know we've got to go to Villa Park, and that'll be a big game for us when we go there. But we beat them 3-0 quite comfortably at Anfield, so no reason why we can't beat them there. It's probably going to be Arsenal, I would think. I would imagine Arsenal, other than Man City, would be our biggest challengers.
Oh, okay. What about you, Lee?
Yeah, definitely. I think the games that City have lost or drew, Rodri's been missing, hasn't he? That's why they've dropped points there, because Rodri, as well as De Bruyne, has been missing. If Rodri weren't missing, they wouldn't have lost them games, I don't think. So
And Holland's been missing.
yeah, but also Francine's right about the charges. I think it is having an effect on Pep in the background, because he knows that if the game's up there, like, he'll be leaving probably, because he won't want to manage them if they're relegated, or even if they stay by some strange coincidence, they stayed in the Premier League after being sanctioned badly. Would he want to stay if they had like a 40-point deduction or something, and he could barely keep them up, like, by winning every single game or something ridiculous? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? So I think it will be playing on Pep's mind a bit, and hopefully that will come in with us, and it'll affect team business. I hope so, and I hope it affects morale amongst the players.
Well, that's the point here. I think you've hit the nail on the head there, because, you know, if you're a top player, which they are, you know, no getting away from it. And if they've been sanctioned, say with like 30 to 40 points at the end of this season, you know, for next season, how many will want to stay?
Exactly. Happened to Rangers in Scotland. Rangers got relegated to the bottom league.
Yeah, they went right down.
So did Juve.
And Juve.
Yeah.
And they were powerful then. They were the most powerful team in Italy, in Europe, in my opinion. You know, for a main backing and everything else, Juve. And then they just went straight down, didn't they? So there are swings and roundabouts for Man City, to be honest.
Yeah.
And whether they are heavily sanctioned at the end of it, I don't think it'll be during this season. I think it'll be the end of the season.
Well, it's August, isn't it? Isn't it all?
Yeah, it's scheduled for the autumn. It says that's all. The only information was scheduled for the autumn, with the words for the trial.
Be kicked into the long grass by the lawyers.
Yeah,
they've got to be found. They've got to be sanctions, because there's Everton.
Yeah,
they've already been sanctioned.
And you know what, right? You know, I'm not a blue or anything, and you know, I've got no affiliation with Everton, but they were open and honest and showed them everything, and they went, look, this ground's costing us a bit more, and then they went, all right, 10 points deduction on you because you've just broke FFP, and they were open and honest with them. And
they're trying to improve that part of the city with a new stadium and develop it and doing all those things, and they got 10 points, you know, and they would have been up ahead of Chelsea in the league.
Yeah.
Now they could end up being relegated.
I think they're having a bit of a blip at the moment, you know, with getting beat on the bounce. So they've got to be very, very careful of it. And they're still not out of danger yet, because they could be deducted if they go into administration by 9 points.
That's a joke.
That's mad.
Frank, every club's been up to it. Look at Chelsea. 8-year contracts. All the Abramovich years and all the fiddling they were doing there. You know, Newcastle with all this Saudi investment fund, you know, and put all everything, get hammered. Ugh.
Well, Herbert Lom's brother, he says FSG will spend 60 million plus on a 28-year-old. That's the Polina, isn't it? And they won't spend that. But we don't know.
28's not old.
No.
You're in your prime, aren't you?
Neither is 53 to us, George.
60 million for me. That's not old, is it? You can play till you're 35 now.
And there's, you know, we were worrying about injuries, and there's Norman saying and Canate has been injured a few times. And that's the problem that we've got now, you know, going into this new year after this break that we're having. And that's the problem. If we don't bring anybody, we've got to bring someone in. We have to. It's as simple as that. So no one's saying nothing. JK,
Joshua
Hello?
Kimmich.
do you think that we have to bring someone in?
No, it's just put up. I've heard links to Joshua Kimmich.
I
That
think
would
just a DM, Paulinia. If you can get him, everything's cool. And I think the only reason Man City not doing so well because Gundogan and KDB are not being playing. Gundogan was, for me, the best player.
Yeah.
And he's gone. And people don't really realise that he went. But for us to do anything this season to help us, to help Endo, is get a DM in. And if Andre's there and Paulinia, we got to pick one, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Be
Well,
interesting.
Anfield Road, I've heard links to Joshua Kimmich. That would be a great addition. He's brilliant, Kimmich. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
And he'd be ideal for us.
He's going to Man City in summer, apparently.
He's what?
Apparently he's going to Man City in the summer.
I don't know where they
well,
get the money from. I've got 115 charges against them already.
Hopefully not if they get relegated.
Liverpool ain't going to get Joshua Kimmich, I don't think.
that is.
Yeah, but Kimmich was a better player when he first came on the scene. I realised, because I watch quite a lot of Bundesliga football, and quality-wise, I think he's still a good player, no doubt, but he isn't as good as he was when he first came on the scene. I reckon, anyway.
Don't know too much about him.
Yeah.
He's
And
captain. Yeah.
Jay Taylor says Braithwaite.
No,
Everton won't sell to Liverpool.
no.
It's just like, yeah.
It was like Nick Barmby that time. They will not sell, especially the fans. The fans will.
Abel Xavier.
I was going to say him. I will love you.
Yeah, I remember him.
Peter Beardsley. Yeah.
Like when Rafa went to Everton, remember?
Yeah.
As Herbert Long's brother says, they will rely on Kwanzaa till the summer.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, they go to that and feel
Jaden McGavin says, I wouldn't trust Thiago playing tabletop football.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah. Against Keita.
Brian Henry. I think the other one good practices. I think.
That'd be a good game, wouldn't it?
Good to Anfield Road, yeah. That's a good
This
one.
one.
Yeah. Owen Beck having the loan cut short tells me all I need to know about our business in January. Plus, shout out to Joe Gomez. He's been excellent at left back so far.
Yeah.
Says Anfield Road. Yeah, he's back, isn't he, Owen Beck?
That just could be cover, couldn't it?
Yeah. But that, as he says, that tells us what we're going to do about the business side of it.
Unless they're going to bring them back out and reloan them out.
Yeah, but they're saying Robbo's had an occurrence, aren't they?
Should have just. I'll tell you what. If he brings back Reece, what's his name? What's his name?
Oh,
Reece Williams.
Reece Williams. Thank you, Darryl. Yeah.
And that Phillips.
Forget it. Just forget it.
Yeah.
And Brian Headley says, if Nunes steps up the plate, our goals when Salah is away, it will all be forgiven. And this could be a blessing in disguise with Mo away. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who
Would be.
10 out of 10. That's what he gives. That's what he gives. Jay Taylor gives 10 out of 10 to Mo. When we ask, what would your score out of 10 be? And he gives them 10 out of 10. And this is the problem with some of our. I don't know. I think it's wrong, for some of our lads. Every one of you, don't undermine and they don't question about players. And this fella who said that Mo's all washed up. So he said it like he did say sell him in the January window, or in the summer, and this is what he's like. And that's wrong. And to give him 7 out of 10, that's why I asked everybody, what kind of score would you give him? And every one of us have more or less said between 9 and 10.
I had to give everyone 8 and above.
Yeah, I would fancy them all great.
Except for Alisson.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
And Sobbo.
Oh, yeah.
And Soboslai as well. I thought he was weak last night.
I'd be resting Sobbo at Arsenal. I wouldn't be playing him.
Yeah, same.
He'd bring him on as sub, to be honest. We've got other players give him a thing.
Yeah, rest him, yeah.
Who's this fella? He looks like Johnny Bravo. Who's Johnny Bravo?
It's a cartoon character.
My little brother was 10 years younger than me, and that was out when he was about 8 or something, and we used to laugh at it when I was about 18, you know what I mean? We'd watch it together and laugh at it.
Yeah, but he spoke like Elvis, didn't he? He used to go like that. It's funny, it's a cartoon.
That's what my little brother liked about it, the way he spoke.
Yeah.
Well, Mark Simon says Mo was a 9 only because he hit the keeper with that penalty.
Yeah.
Only because their brother. Oh, sorry, there.
Luke the Nuke has just done double 16, unbelievable.
He's going to win, isn't he? He's going to win.
Yeah. He's got the 16. Yeah. He's got magnetic jaw.
He looks about 35.
Yeah, I think he is. He's taken a few years off, mate, to be honest. Not a few years. And that's who disagree. Disagree, Frank. We can't dominate because we are up against corruption. City, Chelsea, and Newcastle.
Yeah.
We can dominate, though. We can't. We dominated when we won the league. We dominated when we won the Champions League. We did dominate. We were the best team in Europe, in fact, the world, in my opinion.
Won the league by 20 points.
Exactly. So we can dominate. But the unfortunate thing, and I've said this many, many times, and I'm going back a couple of years ago, 3 years, I think now, I said that we needed 2 midfielders. We need 2 midfielders here. But he left it. And the last player that he signed in midfield was Thiago. And that was like 4 years ago at the time, I was saying. And it's shocking because that's why we, last season it was absolutely dreadful because our midfield's legs went because they do all the hard work.
Yeah, but what you've got to think of is every player played every game possible that you could play. And then he went to the World Cup.
Yes.
And Henderson, for example, they got the furthest that you could get to.
Yes, right. You're right, Francine.
So, and I mean, I wasn't a big lover of Henderson, but so, they were knackered.
Did anybody see Bobby and Fab last night?
Oh, yeah. I watched that on YouTube.
They were both there, weren't they?
Yeah, yes.
What interview?
With Fabinho.
Oh, yeah.
Fabinho obviously said that.
Would you take, George, would you take Bobby back if he said rejoin the club? Would you take him back?
Take Bobby back? No, I wouldn't take Bobby back. I love him to death. He was one of the greatest players we've ever seen. But every dog has his day. I think he's gone, and that's it. I think we've got to go. I mean, I don't think he's. It's just my opinion. I think he's better not to come back. Leave his legacy as it was. He left as a hero.
Yes, he did. What about you, JK?
Yeah, he was at the game yesterday with Fabinho, and it was good to see him sort of celebrating the goals and stuff. But same as what George just said. I think he's done his story. But for me, the most underrated, one of the best players we've ever had, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely.
What about you, Darryl?
I would say yes, I'd have him back because he would be. Because as we lost, obviously we lost Millie, and that we lost quite a bit of the spine of the older generation and the Millwall. I'd definitely have Bobby back a bit of the telling the people and getting them out by having back, definitely.
Well, there's Bear, and he says, I'll take Firmino back in a heartbeat, for example, alone.
I would.
You know, so that you know, there are some people who would love him back, actually.
Well, it would do no harm, would it, if he's on a free transfer. If he's on a free transfer and you take him back to the end of the season, it's not going to hurt anybody and you might help.
But as the Bear says, you know, bring him back on the loan. There's no harm in that.
Yeah.
There's no harm whatsoever. And he still can contribute in a game or two, if you know what I mean. He hasn't lost his ability at all. He hasn't lost it.
Yeah.
What about you, Francie? Would you take him back? Or?
Yeah. Well, they always say don't go back, don't they? But we took Ian Rush back. I mean, I know that's a completely different thing, but I don't know.
It's never the same.
So would you take him back, Lee? But I'd say like what the Bear says alone.
Yeah, I mean, if we needed to, yeah, I don't see why not. I can't see it happening, like, but if we needed to, then yeah, I don't see why not.
There's a good point by Brian McGivern there. It's only what Francine said before.
Oh, is his name Jaden McGavin?
No. Everton's done themselves proud. City still lying. Well, that hand comes up.
Yeah,
I was calling her love and everything. I said, that is the lovely hand. Until he got hold of me a few weeks later and said, it's not hand, it's Norma. Stop using it. This is what I've got to get up. And he actually says, the Bear, Darwin Núñez misses could cost Liverpool the title. Firmino could give Liverpool the cutting edge in this title fight. And I'm going straight to Lee.
I'm not really understanding, though, how long is Firmino available for?
Might be till the end of the season.
Why is the Saudi season finished completely?
Where did he go?
He went to Saudi.
Who?
Firmino.
Saddle gone. Do you mean Firmino?
Yeah, Firmino went. I'm saying, is the Saudi season finished or something? Why is he there? Could we have him just for? I don't get it. How long is it? How long is it stopped for?
I haven't a clue.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They're all struggling over there, aren't they? Because even Gerrard's team, they've lost 7 of the last 8 games. Fabinho, they're all struggling. They're all playing to small crowds. They'll all be wanting to come back.
Yeah.
True enough.
Richer.
True enough.
What happened to you there, Daryl?
I don't know. Just went off.
You switched.
I come back with a wig on and a moustache.
Not even.
That's all Robert just went.
We interchanged.
I've got to say this, boys, before anything. Lee and I are having on Thursday morning. We're having a film and TV review. Is that all right with you, Lee?
Yes, I mate, yeah.
Didn't he know?
No, I was just told them that. So we're having that, you know.
What is it?
Well,
what film?
Loads of films that I've bloody watched that in, but he's watched as well. So we'll be talking about even old ones as well. You know, you can't get away from the old ones. So there you go. So Thursday morning, 10:30, and this should be good anyway. And what is
Hey, Frank, shall we put that on?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, it is shut now. Look at that. We just said that. And Norman says, hey, Frank, have you ever seen a film, A Hole in the Forehead? Have you ever heard of that, Lee?
Is it a joke?
No, I don't know. I don't know with him. Norman, I think he comes out with mad jokes anyway. So, listen, I'll go back to the Bear. And I'm going to go straight to you, George. All right. I'm going back to the bed. You've got all these mad names, you know.
Oh no, it's a Western film.
Right. Darwin Núñez misses could cost Liverpool the title. Firmino could give the Liverpool. What do you think of what he says there about the misses? Because we were talking about that, and I don't think the Bear was on at the time. We were talking about those misses by Núñez. Do you think there could be anything in that, George?
Oh, well, goals win games, goals win titles, don't they? And the goal difference is important, and the points are important. Every miss is a stab in the heart, really. Especially if it's an easy miss. If it's an easy miss, you don't worry about chances that are speculative. But if you're in front of goal, you go around the goalkeeper and hit the post, or you do things like that. You know, I mean, even Trent missed a couple, didn't hit the bar when he should have scored. But I mean, the question is a good one, and I think that it's right. You know, if he keeps missing chances, you could lose the league by a goal, in goal difference. At the moment, we've got the best goal difference, I think, but not by much. They were
By
only
one,
two goals better than City, and one of them was we should have been more because Diaz's goal was wiped out at Spurs, and that was a perfectly legitimate goal. And if we lose the Premiership by one goal on goal difference, it'd be an absolute disaster.
And the two goals that got disqualified against Burnley.
Yes.
Yep. That should have been 4-0. Yeah.
It's fine margins.
It is fine margins. It is. It really is. But I think that someone will be in for a hiding of Liverpool. I really do.
I do.
And it could have easily have been last night.
I think it'll be Bournemouth.
Now, what Simon says, this is a good one actually. Jota, Firmino, Diaz is a great run three. What do you think about that? If he, it's only.
Here's a question, Frank. Here's a question. Why did Firmino leave? Why did he have to leave if we're going to take him back?
No one knows.
Why was he good enough to stay?
Yeah.
Yeah, Klopp wanted him to stay as well.
So why did he leave?
Exactly.
Don't get it.
I don't get it.
It must have been the money, mustn't it?
I think the lad himself just wanted the signing on fee that you get.
He wasn't getting a regular game, was he?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. But, I think it was the layer of money as well.
Money, yeah, like a lot of them at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think, he doesn't need it really because he's every footballer's a multi-billionaire today.
None of them need it, do they, Frank? None of them need it.
No.
Frank.
Yeah.
Here's one for you.
Go on.
Tottenham agree a fee with Chelsea for Conor Gallagher, 70 million.
Oh.
Go away.
Oh.
Another player.
Sorry,
Deal agreed.
Where are they getting all this money from?
Tottenham got him.
On Lavia and Caicedo. Now they're
Tottenham signed Conor Gallagher, getting Conor Gallagher
From Chelsea, yeah.
from Chelsea, 70 million.
That's too much. Yeah, that's too much, that is. Like,
Unbelievable.
That's absolutely
That's
crazy, isn't it, really? But then again, this is why people, I don't know who it was before who said, our rivals will be strengthening, including Arsenal. Now, you mentioned before, George, that they're going to be one of our main rivals, for the title. And they'll be strengthening. Whether Manchester City do, I don't know. But, as Francine said, their injured players are coming back. So they don't need to strengthen. And,
he just bought a lad from Fluminense, haven't he?
Have they?
Yeah. I think Arsenal might go for either Tony.
Yeah.
Back playing this week.
He's a red. He's a Liverpool.
He's a red, yeah. We should go for him. I said that last week. We should go for him.
Get him in.
I just can't see Brentford selling because they lost Brian and Bremo already to the African nations, and they've lost Visser as well. So just can't see where they ain't got a forward then.
Yeah, true.
Be for next season, Daryl.
Yeah.
When we mentioned before about, you know, is there still a deficiency in defence? And Norman says it just, hang on, where is it? Oh, no. Oh, yeah. No, it was Brian Edley. And he says, but the defence have to take blame for the goals as well. They at home to Fulham, for example. And that's a very good point, because these are the games that we're forgetting. You know, where we're conceding goals and play against Fulham as well. You know, so if you could, I still say, I go along with Lee agrees with me about a left side. And so do you, George, a left-sided centre back. Now, with Enzo gone, I don't want to put McAllister back at that DM position, because he's better going for. He's brilliant going forward. That ball last night he put
Fabulous. Yeah.
Amazing. And this is what he does, but he does it more forward.
The thing about him and Enzo, what we're going to miss, is they always put the ball forward. Enzo does it all the time. You never see him, you very rarely see him putting a side ball. You know, the way we love to play that side and then back and then back and then forward. He always looks for the attack first and foremost. And that's what we're going to miss with Enzo. But we've got McAllister coming back in, and he does the forward pass. His vision and his interceptions, he can read the game, McAllister. But he's got a bad haircut. Does anyone else think that he's got a really, like, 1940s like thing going on?
Yeah, parting ways hair. So yeah,
It makes him look like...
Me and Daryl can't complain about haircuts.
Oh no, we can't. You've got more hair than me, George.
I have on my eyebrows.
What about the way? This is a good. I'm going straight to you, JK, because I thought JK's being left out here. And he says, the bear says, moving Diaz to number 9 and Darwin Núñez to the left could be a temporary solution, because Diaz is more clinical in the box. JK.
Look, go on. Well, all I want to say on that is Diaz on the right, Núñez on the left, and Jota in the middle. Jota the slotter. That's what I'd do, because both of them, Diaz is a right-footed player. Núñez plays for Uruguay on the left, and then, you know, if you want to change it up, I'd have like Gakpo in the middle.
Mix it up, yeah. So what was you say to what Francine says and what the bear says?
JK, you talking to?
JK, sorry.
Yeah. I'll go with what Francine just said. I'll go with Jota in the middle, Darwin left, Diaz right, and now Salah's gone. We got a choice. We got a chance to mix it up a little bit. You know what I mean? We could try a few things, and I think maybe the Fulham home game, we could try something. Even the Arsenal away game in the FA Cup, because we got them in the league a few weeks later. So we could try in them 2 games a little formula to find out where we can get goals from.
And we've got Gakpo as well to the, you know,
Fill the gap.
The gap. What do you say, George? What do you go for?
Yeah, I'll go the same as Francine. I definitely would have exactly the same. And you've got Gakpo at the backup as well, you know. That would be quite a hard, you know, act to follow. I know we'd miss Salah, but we've still got pace. Diaz and Núñez, and Jota's got the skill in the box to slot them in.
What do you say? What do you say, Daryl?
Well, mine's a little bit different, but I'd have Jota through the middle, I'd have Darwin on the left, and I'll have Szoboszlai on the right.
Oh.
He played there for Leipzig and scored loads and loads of goals.
Yeah, he did. He actually did. See, I've always said, I don't know if people agree with me, but he's playing out of position.
That's what I said before, didn't I?
Yeah. He needs to be on the right.
Klopp likes to buy players and then play them in the position he wants.
Yeah, the position he wants. And that's why McAllister's playing out of position until Enzo came. But unfortunately, when Enzo came, he got injured, didn't he? McAllister. Anyway, What do you say, Lee?
Well, I think for at least the last 6 weeks, Linders and Klopp will have been making plans in their head for when Salah goes. So I think we'll see a mixture of Diaz, Elliott, and possibly Szoboszlai playing on that right wing in the games when Salah's. I mean, how many have we got? I think there's a maximum of about 6 or 7, is there?
Yeah, then it is.
Eight, yeah.
Yeah, I think we could see a mixture of Diaz. I'd go for Diaz mostly on the right, but Elliott and Sabo could also do it. So I think we'll see it. Yeah, we'll see different players on the right at different times within the next 6 or 7 games to cover for Mo. That's the way I see it. And I think Diaz with Gakpo in the middle and Núñez on the left, or Diaz with Núñez in the middle and Jota on the left is quite nice, or Gakpo in the middle and Jota on the left, Diaz on the right is quite nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's great. I really do. So we've got this thing coming up, right? And, we've said, there's a little, I'm not saying controversy or whatever, but there's a little bit of a debate whether we play a strong team or whether we play, a weakened team. But the weakened team looks good on paper anyway, as we call it weak, because would you still play? Yeah, this is very important. Would you still play Alisson in goal and Virgil at centre half?
Yep.
That's important.
Yeah, I would.
Would you, George?
Yeah, I would, yeah, for the FA Cup, yeah. Don't forget, we've got, if you play players in the first team on the field, you've still got the others on the bench. So you can mix and mingle as the game goes on, depending on how it's going. So it's not as if you're going to just play a weakened team and leave people behind. The whole squad will be sat there either on the pitch or on the bench. So I think we'll be able to work out who wants to play where as the game goes on.
I think if anyone's going to get dropped, it'd probably be Konate, wouldn't it, for Quansah?
Yes, possibly, yeah. I wouldn't bother me that, really. I like Konate, but I also like Quansah. And he's coming through and he's got it all, really. To me, he looks like a mini Van Dijk.
Really, and he's got no fear, has he? He doesn't care.
No,
and that's what I like about him.
Okay, so Lee.
Yeah, well,
the defence, are you saying? What would be?
Yeah. No, all I'm saying.
Ali and Verge.
Yeah.
Yeah. A week ago, I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking just play kids, but now I think we might as well go for it and keep up the winning rhythm if we can.
Okay. What about you, JK? Virgil and Alisson.
Yeah, because I don't want to lose that Arsenal FA Cup game. I don't like losing, and considering it's Arsenal, someone said earlier, if it was Luton and stuff, it wouldn't really matter. But this Arsenal, we don't want to give them no bonus point, good energy going into that league match.
Yeah.
You can tell JK is very fond of Arsenal, can't you?
It's their fans. I love them.
What about you, Daryl? Would you play Verge and Ali?
For me personally, I'd play Ali in goal, but I wouldn't risk Virgil. To be honest with you, I'd play Quansah and Konate at the back.
Okay, well that's good enough. That's good enough for me. I'm going to go straight to you, Lee. About the prediction. Can you give us a prediction against this lot, Arsenal?
Probably Alisson.
No, I mean a prediction, the score prediction.
The score. I'd go for a 3-1. I'd go for a 3-1. I don't know why, because it's at the Emirates, but I'm going to go for a 3-1.
3-1 for Liverpool, yeah, obviously. Yeah, okay. I'm going to you last, George. Daryl, prediction.
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, we play Anfield.
Okay. JK.
Yeah, bro.
What's your prediction?
For the FA Cup, I would go with a 2-1.
2-1, thanks.
I'm going to go 2-0.
I'm going to go along with Darrell, actually. I think it'll be a draw. I really do. And I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. And we've got Dean J96. And he says, we never had goals from midfield. It was always the front three. But this season, our midfield is scoring, so the goals is coming from all over. We have a good defence record as well as City is shaking. And I think that's a very good comment, because
I agree.
I remember when I mentioned, George, about who I've seen playing, and I mentioned Souness, Terry McDermott, all these lads, in the midfield, they were scoring.
Yeah, Ronnie Whelan. Yeah.
Regularly. And look at Chris Lawler. Remember Chris Lawler, George?
48 goals from right back.
Unbelievable. And not one penalty.
And no penalties.
No penalties. He was
right
like a continental like back, wasn't he? Because
Shappy called him a malingerer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He missed 2 games in 7 seasons. Shappy said he's a malingerer.
He shuts him on page. He's a malingerer, Bob. He's a malingerer, Bob.
There's that malingerer, Lola.
Were Newcastle any good when you were at Liverpool, George? When you were a player, were Newcastle any good then? Because as far as I can remember, I think the last time they won anything was about 1967, the Fairs Cup, I think.
No, they weren't really great shakes. But I'll say they've always had brilliant fans. They've always had really good support, because it's a one city club, A one club city, sorry, yeah. And I mean, it was the 50s was their time when they had Jackie Milburn and all them before,
because
they've really done anything for years and years and years.
No, and I still don't think they will, to be honest, in all honesty.
We beat them in 1974 at Wembley, didn't we? An FA Cup final. Shankly's last game, wasn't it?
Yeah. Was the Fairs Cup the forerunner of the UEFA Cup?
Yeah, I think it was,
Yeah, it was.
Well, that isn't a bad, as much as I take the mickey out of them for never winning anything, that is a good trophy, because it's better than the Cup Winners' Cup. To win the old Fairs or UEFA Cup, you had to beat all the teams that finished 2nd, 3rd and 4th in their league, in like France, Germany, Italy. You know what I mean? Because it was only the champions in the European Cup. So to win the old Fairs Cup was really hard, wasn't it, in them days?
It used to be called the Intercities Fairs Cup, I think.
I think they beat a Hungarian team, maybe Upjas Doza or Ferenc Varos, I think.
The other thing, when we won all our Champions Leagues, there were only one. You didn't play a league. You were out if you got beat.
Yeah, you lost.
Can you remember that?
You were out. One off night, you were out, weren't you?
Yeah.
Can you remember the Intertoto Cup? The Intertoto Cup.
Oh,
yeah.
I think Everton plays in that, didn't he?
Yeah, and Fulham didn't they?
Fulham, yeah. No, I think Everton never won anything. Right, listen, lads. It's been great tonight. It really has. And made up our Francine come down to keep.
Nice to see Francine there, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll see you all next Tuesday, if possible.
Yeah, lovely.
Is that all right with you, George?
Yeah, next Tuesday's grand, yeah. Next Tuesday's lovely. Yeah. Thank you.
Right. All right with you, okay.
Okay, bro. Yeah, no problem. It was a great show. Thanks for having me on.
When are we going to see your beautiful face?
One day, maybe. At Anfield, yeah?
Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, Phantom of the Opera. Now, we'll meet at Anfield one day, 100%. All of us.
But how are we going to notice you?
You're wearing a red corner.
You're going to hold a banner saying JK, kiss me on it.
Yeah, I'll be smiling.
You know what? Everyone's shouting.
I'm terrible.
They want to tell me here.
Oh, sorry. My voice is so loud.
No, you're all right. You might as well shout. And after Schofield, 2-1, he says to the Reds. he gives 2-1 to the. I hope it's the Reds anyway. And,
You never asked me, Frank, but I think it's going to be a draw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Might even be 2-2.
Carol, yourself, and myself. What scores did you say?
2-0. I don't even give Arsenal a look at.
1-1.
1-1. I'd say 1-1, and it says 3-1, doesn't he?
Yeah, tough game.
And JK, he goes along with a 2-1 win, did you say?
Yeah.
There you go.
I think they're having a dip at this time. Liverpool are famous, aren't they, from after the January, like Christmas, we go on these mad runs, don't we?
Yeah, fingers
we
crossed.
always go on a good run. We do.
Frank, can I say one thing?
Go on.
I am telling you now, you're hearing this right here. Man City will not go on no run. If they lose Rodri, that's it.
I hope you're
What?
right. I hope you're right.
What?
I really do.
What?
Well, that's that Team J 96. He says, we're coming good. Where the goals are coming from all over the place. As City is shaking. And I think he's right.
Yep.
We are shaking. Whatever, Yeah.
I think we'll beat them at home.
Oh, justice for them. No. Right,
Nice to see you, like Francine.
Yeah, I know. Well, come on again. Sometime.
Well,
I've been wallpapering today.
Valley says, "Love to all, go Reds."
Yeah.
Thank you, Valley.
That's Valley.
And Norman says, "Everton once came last in an egg and spoon race, and they were only the ones." And Jay says they have the cup on display in the shop. Right, lads, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'll see you next Tuesday, George.
Yeah.
And anyway, I'll see you next Tuesday, George. Thanks. I hope to have Marios as well.
Yeah, we'll try and get him on next week. Yeah. Get him out of his cocoon.
Yeah, because he sent me and all the best and everything else just before, and he said I can't wait to come back on the pod. So it'll be you and him next week. Is that okay?
Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I better go now then, Frank. So
no,
Francine,
okay, George. Thank you so much. All the best now.
Cheers, George.
Cheers, George.
Never walk alone.
And you.
So that will me and Lee be on Thursday then, Frank, next week?
Yeah, no, this week as well.
Yeah, I'm up for that, yeah.
Yeah. And has JK on?
Yeah.
I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Right. JK, I'll see you on Thursday.
No problem, man.
Excellent.
See you, JK.
Take care, bro. Take care, Lee.
You'll be
Take
in good
it
company.
Ben will come on because we have the club on today.
Well, I'll see. Anyway, I don't know what I'm bloody talking about here. I'll see Lee. Don't forget Thursday morning with the film.
Wow, yeah. 10:30, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's 10. But you're still with me on Friday. I'm sorry, on Thursday night. Yeah.
Sound, yeah. Sound.
Okay. And Dean J says, was so pissed with the New Year's Day, couldn't find my match day t-shirt. And it's always in the second drawer. Decided to ask my wife where it was. And what did she say? It's not in the second drawer. It's on top. Oh, listen. That's a cracker. All right, then.
Good night. We've got you too.
Good night, guys.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Lovely meeting you all.
Can you, Francine?
Cheers.
Yeah, don't
See you, Frankie.
Well, yeah, one last thing there is I'll be on with this fine man on Friday, I think, the Jamie Phillips show. If he's coming on, that is, because his little daughter's not too good. Okay, so it's I'll see you all. Thank you so much, people, for joining me, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And I don't know where this little thing is. There it is, there, to end this.